I let my coworker crash at my place for one night, and it exposed a whole mess I wasn't prepared for. It started on a Thursday evening while I was folding laundry and half watching a rerun on TV. My phone buzzed with a call from Maya, a woman I work with in accounting. We're friendly but not close coffee chats. Shared complaints about deadlines, that kind of relationship. She sounded panicked. Her voice was shaky, and she kept apologizing before she even explained what was wrong. She said her roommate had kicked her out after a huge fight, and she had nowhere to go for the night. No family in town, no car, just her backpack and a tote bag. She asked if she could crash on my couch, just until tomorrow. I hesitated. I live alone in a small one-bedroom, and I like my space, but she sounded genuinely distressed, and I remembered how she covered for me once when I had to leave work suddenly, so I said yes. One night, Maya showed up around 9 p.m., eyes red, makeup smudged, carrying more bags than I expected. She thanked me about 10 times in the first 5 minutes. I gave her a blanket and told her to make herself comfortable. We talked a bit. She said her roommate had been controlling, always accusing her of things, monitoring who she talked to. I felt bad for her. When she went to sleep, I figured that was the end of it. The next morning, I woke up to the smell of coffee. Maya had already showered and was sitting at my kitchen table in my oversized hoodie, scrolling on her phone. She smiled and said, "I hope that's okay." It was a little weird, but fine. She said she'd be out by the afternoon after talking to a friend. Afternoon came and went. She said her friend bailed. Then her sister stopped replying. Then she said maybe just one more night. I didn't love it, but I agreed. Again, I told myself it was temporary. Over the next few days, little things started to feel off. She rearranged my living room to make it cozier. She helped herself to my groceries without asking. She'd be there when I came home from work, lying on my couch watching my TV like it was normal. She started venting constantly about her roommate, then about her ex, then about work. I barely had a moment alone. On Sunday night, I came home late after dinner with friends and found Maya in my bed, not sleeping, just sitting there, laptop open. She said she'd spilled something on the couch and needed somewhere else to sit. That crossed a line for me. I told her she needed to find somewhere else to stay, soon. She didn't take it well. Her expression hardened instantly. She said she thought I was different, that I seemed like someone who understood what it meant to help people. She asked what she was supposed to do now, like it was my responsibility to solve it. I told her I'd help her look for options, but she couldn't stay here anymore. The next day at work, things felt tense. People were whispering. My manager asked me into her office and gently asked if everything was okay, at home. I was confused until she said Maya had told several coworkers I'd kicked her out in the middle of the night and made her feel unsafe, that I'd blurred boundaries and then abandoned her. I was stunned. I explained what actually happened, showed texts where I'd clearly said she could only stay briefly. My manager listened, but the damage was already done. The mood at work shifted. People avoided me. A few gave me looks like they were trying to figure out what kind of person I really was. That evening, Maya texted me asking if she could come by to grab the rest of her things. I told her to pick a time when I'd be home. She replied with a long message about betrayal, about how she'd trusted me, about how people always let her down. I didn't respond. She showed up anyway the next morning while I was at work and somehow convinced my landlord to let her into the building. She left her blanket on my floor and a note that said, "I hope you're happy." HR got involved a week later. After interviews and messages and uncomfortable meetings, it became clear her story didn't line up. She stopped coming to work shortly after and eventually resigned. I still think about how quickly kindness can turn into obligation in someone else's mind. How offering help doesn't mean surrendering your boundaries, and how saying yes once doesn't mean you owe someone your peace forever.